What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. We are all three of us here today on a great day, which is the day of my birth. So shouts
Woo!
to me, boys. Shower me
Yeah.
with blessings. I'm now 39 years old. Even though
Oh
I've been
yeah.
telling people I was 39 for like the last 3 months.
Isn't it wild how the older you
Wow.
get, you actually forget your age?
It is. It's
It's
kind of
not
embarrassing.
it's
I'm
not
like,
forgetting. It's like I just move forward with it. It's like you get close enough to it and it's like, yep, you know, it's not like I need an ID for anything to be 39.
yeah.
It's not like, you know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, it's not like I could, because saying somebody that you're 18 when you're 17 is a big deal. It's like,
Yeah.
are you or are you not? Why can't you get into this place? Wait, you're not 18, but like 39. Like where, I guess I can't get into AARP, but that's like years ahead. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm not saying I'm 53 when I'm 50 when I'm not 55 or something. I don't know.
Now, do you
Right.
think you'll make that like automatic transition before your birthday next year when it's going to be the big
Ooh.
40? Do you think you'll start telling people you're 40 before you're actually 40?
Dude, I wonder that. Maybe, probably not. Probably
I hope
not.
not.
Probably not.
That's
But
one
maybe.
you avoid. I don't forget my age so much as I just choose not to remember. I just don't. You
Same.
hit a mark. You hit a mark in your 30s and you're like, why are we keeping track anymore at this point? It really, what's this doing for anybody? I don't need to. I don't, because you're right. There's no more milestones. And you're just like, damn, really? Thought I just turned 35 last month. Nope. Okay. Those years went by quick.
Yeah, the farther 1987 gets away from me, the harder it is to do the math on the years and like what month are we in and like how does that relate to like,
Yeah.
I'm in my mid 30s, getting into my later 30s. I forget all the time.
You know the hardest part for me is remembering everybody else's age. So like I was on the phone with Raj like a couple nights ago, and our birthdays are on the same day. So happy birthday to Raj if you
Happy
were
birthday,
listening to the
Raj.
Brunch
Yeah.
Breakdown. And I was like, because I was like, yeah, like I'm 39, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and how old are you gonna be? Like 30, like 36? She was like, we were 2 grades behind each other. I will be 37. Our birthdays are on the same day. And I was like, yeah, dude, I have no idea. I'm like, I have no idea how old any of you guys are. No idea. I just know how old I am. And then I'm like, everybody else, whatever. I have no clue how old anyone else is.
Yeah.
So
And the
maybe
three of
that's my
us are
problem.
different ages.
Yeah,
That doesn't help either.
it doesn't. It really doesn't. No.
So Didi's 39, Dan, you're going to be 38, and I
Yeah.
am going to be 37.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is why it was weird when Chris, your wife, wanted to celebrate your 40th birthday, but we do it all together. And Didi and I would have been long past 40 at that point. She was like, we could celebrate everybody's 40th birthday in Vegas. We were like, are we going early? Are we going in the middle? Or what are we going
Split the
three
difference.
times?
Yeah. I'm like, I'll be a
Just pick
solid
something.
40. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll be
It's a good enough excuse to
41.
get to Vegas, I guess, right?
just
That's all
call
we
it a
got.
trip. It's just a trip. That's
Yeah,
all
at
it
It's
that
is.
a trip.
point, wow,
Just
whatever.
a trip. Yeah. But it would be funny to like walk around with like sashes or something with our ages on them. Like Chris is like 40, I'm like 42. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
41 in
Yeah.
6 months, 41 and a half.
And then
No,
Shannon will be that jerk like in her early 30s, Like that's not fair.
Yeah. We'll be like, yeah, don't forget her. She's
Come
just with
on.
us. Yeah, I know.
she'll just be embarrassed by us, honestly.
She'll opt out of the
Yeah.
sashes.
Yeah.
Checking out.
She's like,
Why don't you have a
I'm
sash on?
it's like
Don't ask.
I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I
Yeah.
don't get fined. God. Well, it's the Brunch Breakdown. Today on the show, we're going to be talking, we're going to be giving you 3 words to give to your 18-year-old self. We're going to be giving those today. Chris found some bizarre restaurant booth in stairs. I'm excited to talk about this. Taco Bell unveiled their 2024 menu that's going to be going on, the things that are going on their menu this year, and I'm excited to talk about that. And Yeah. We have this Daily Show topic because Jon Stewart is back, and we want to know, what shows do you want back with the same cast from an earlier age? So we got a lot to get to on the brunch breakdown today. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Dan,
it.
tell everybody
I mean,
where we should find us, where they should
do
find
the
us.
things, take them to the places. Let's do
Dan,
that. Yeah, that
you
you can
know
find the podcast
what we
anywhere.
do.
Podcasts are available. Chris's famous line, google.com, search brunch breakdown. Guess
Right.
what? We're all over that first page, baby. We are rocking that SEO.
Oh yeah.
Suck it, everybody else. Okay. So just find us there and anywhere you find podcasts. Okay. The brunch breakdown is there all over page 1 of Google. New episodes come out each and every Wednesday. So make sure you're hitting follow or hitting subscribe so the episode comes directly to you, and leave us a review while you're there, if you wouldn't mind. We also have full video episodes. Okay. You know this by now. And if you don't, they debut on Wednesdays as well, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on YouTube and Facebook. And now the videos are also available on Spotify. Same way you listen to the audio, boom, it's right there. You don't have to watch it, but you can. So it's nice to have an option. So shouts to Spotify for now hosting our videos as well. But of course, on demand, anytime you want to watch after that on any of those 3 channels. We're everywhere on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, Triller, TikTok. It's 3 weeks in a row. I said it correctly. I am on fire right now. So at Brunch Breakdown, right there. Thank you very much. Follow us. Follow you back. You get some good little nuggets there throughout the week. We call them the brunch bites. It's little clips, things you missed, favorite highlights of the episodes you want to live back instead of going back and watching or listening to the whole thing. You'll find them there. Okay. And then we've got the sounds of brunch, of course, what we're listening to each and every week. Put that into a delightful little playlist on Spotify. Updates every Friday or so. We leave last week's on there. We put this week's on there, chance for you to catch up. Listen to all the good stuff that we're recommending week to week. Just go to Spotify and search Sounds of Brunch.
Beautiful. Also, I heard that Spotify is like you're gonna be able to put on like shorts, like YouTube and like has like their 15-second shorts and all that stuff. You're gonna be able to do that on Spotify soon. So basically
Really?
just to like talk about your song or talk about your podcast for like 15 to 30 seconds. That's what I've been told.
I think I've already started seeing that rolling
Oh,
out. Like sometimes if you click on an artist, there'll be this like little tiny icon next to where it says you can follow them and whatever, where it's like pulsing. And it's like they're like trying to get you to click on it. And then but for the artists that I've seen that happening for, they don't have like a thing. So it just like plays those like autoplay videos that play when you're listening to their music. But yeah, I think I've started to see that roll out. I didn't realize you could actually create your own and put them in there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
We're going to we need to go on Cameo, and that's what we need a Cameo for, is just to find somebody famous and have them be our clip that says like, I am Chris Kirkpatrick and I endorse this podcast.
Hello, Jordan Sparks.
Yeah.
Fan of the Brunch Breakdown already.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what we got to do.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Jordan Sparks. She's on Cameo. She stopped for a while, but check back in. That'd be the one.
She's got to be back now. She's got to be back.
Right.
Yeah. Chris, get it off your chest.
Okay. Gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I recently bought a 10-pack of sporks. Like
right now.
Like fine dining sporks.
Metal.
Sporks. This is not, like
and why are those so like it's a mirror? Like, why is that such a nice spork?
Chrome, he's showing us a chrome spork right now. I
don't mess around, Didi. Okay. If I'm only the finest dining experience in the Gates household. No, I'm really, this is one of the things I've been thinking the most about so far in 2024 is I don't understand why this utensil isn't more widely used. Think about the amount of foods that you eat that aren't handhelds, okay? Where in your dining experience, you are both stabbing and scooping. It's most foods, okay? Unless you're sitting down to eat like just a steak, you are probably stabbing and also scooping. It's the perfect utensil. And I think I'm going to run on this year, is that this needs to be more in more households. This needs to be more popular. And I invite you guys to buy a few yourself. You can get a 3-pack on Amazon for $3. I got the 10-pack, okay? And it was only $10. And I've been using it this week. And it's phenomenal. I think it's the best, because I normally eat most of my foods with a fork, but I find myself doing a lot of scooping with said fork. And over time, I'm just like, wait a second, there's a solution to this issue, to this issue. It already exists, but I don't understand why more people aren't using sporks. And this is a hill I've chosen to die on. I think this should be in more households. And I don't mean plastic from when you bought Thai food. I mean like permanently. Thank you for your time.
You love rice. You eat a lot of rice.
Very true.
Or a lot of rice type things. So I see why this is a thing for you. But also, who you have to blame is Big Fork and Big Spoon coming together and being like, yo, we can't have this spork shit. We can't have it. And I really think that's the problem. Like Big Fork, Big Spoon, they got together at some point and we're like, sporks are meant for plastic kids on field trips. That's it.
There's got to be some type of government kickback money going to Big Fork and Big Spoon, or Big Fork and Big Spoon are giving kickback money to big government. I think I'm with you, Didi. Now that you say that, I think that there might be a conspiracy.
Interesting.
That's got to be what it is, because there's really no reason why sporks aren't more readily available at places. And I feel like they just got together at some point, who knows when, but like they did that and they just said no. Because honestly, the only time I've ever seen a spork was on a school field trip. When like they packed the lunches for you or whatever, and like because you always have like a fruit cup or something, and like you had a spork, and like that was it. That's the only time I ever saw one. I've never seen a metal spork until today.
That's true. Metal spork, yeah.
I've never seen one until right now.
When we were in high school, we had our class had a weird fascination with sporks, and right, Chris, and people would keep them tucked behind their ear. They would tape them and stuff like that. I wish I wouldn't have shared that. That's just something that we did.
The game was called Spork, and like you got in trouble if like I think how it worked was you had a spork and you were paired with another person who had a spork. And if that other person found you and you didn't have the spork on your person, they got to like punch you in the nuts or something. I don't know. It was like something bad happened to you.
Something real mature. Yeah. We are the future of America. Yeah, I think in certain industries in particular, Didi, you mentioned rice. That was exactly what I was thinking. I think in Mexican food, this is huge. The spork is essential with any rice-based dish. Usually some meat and protein involved. It's an all-in-one. But another area I think is underrepresented here, desserts, particularly a dessert where you've got some sort of like ice cream combo going on with a piece of pie or cake, or there's ice cream as part of something. The spork's all you need. Because that's often a difficult decision. Is it spoon? Are you eating pie with a spoon? Are you eating ice cream with a fork? The spork is there. A spork's what it's made for. So those industries and areas in particular, I think, really need to say, hey, big fork, big spoon, it's time. Your time is up. My time is now, as the great John Cena once said. And it's spork time. You've warmed me up on this, Chris. I was a little skeptical when you came in really, really strong with it. And I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, going through things in my head. I'm like, what? Like, if I'm having green beans, this is not working. If I'm having pasta, this is not working. But then I thought, okay, here are areas, target areas where spork can shine. And there you go.
Yeah, to all the listeners, if you find yourself after listening to this episode doing a lot of stabbing and scooping at one dish in one meal, get yourself a spork, okay? And you're right, Dan. I came in a little aggressive with the spork. I'll be honest with you. I was like, guys,
whoa.
Yeah, and
you've been doing it wrong all along, you idiots.
It's not an aggressive utensil. It should be do it delicately.
Yeah. He's like, if you have anything except for steak, use a spork. I was like, wait, what?
It's the only other one you wouldn't. Yeah.
I was like, ooh, yeah.
Dan, get it off your chest.
Amazing to have to follow that. I'm going to do my very best, though. Here we are. Well, last week, frankly, the week before that, we talked all things Super Bowl, right? Big event. But this week, I want to talk about another big event that's coming up at the beginning of April. WrestleMania 40. Yes, we're here to talk about WrestleMania 40. Okay. So there's a lot of buzz in the WWE world right now. If you've been on Twitter or X over the last month, you've noticed some trending topics that you're like, what is this? Why is this here? Well, I could give you like the entire history of what's going on, but I'm going to try to cut right to the chase. Okay. Cody Rhodes, son of the late great Dusty Rhodes, won the Royal Rumble this year back in January. He then earns his right, if you're familiar, to pick which champion he'd like to face in the main event of WrestleMania. WWE has 2 champions. He gets to pick one. So he toys with it for a bit, couple of weeks. He faced Roman Reigns last year. He lost. And he goes to Roman, he says, there's somebody else that should be facing you. And this champion, Roman Reigns, champion for almost 1,300 days. 1,300 days. It's the 6th longest reigning champion of all time. And so that other person that he gives this opportunity to face Roman Reigns to is The Rock. Okay, we've seen The Rock come back, and many WWE fans didn't like that. The Rock and Roman Reigns are cousins. Okay, they've never faced each other. They've barely ever been in the same ring at the same time. So people wanted Cody Rhodes to finish his story and had this rematch for Roman Reigns from a rematch from last year's WrestleMania. Okay? Are you following? Good. Thanks. Keep up with me. So WWE was building up towards this historical main event of Roman Reigns versus his cousin, The Rock. It would have been one of the biggest matches in the history of WWE. Okay? But no, the quote-unquote Cody crybabies were tweeting and complaining and booing at events, non-televised events, televised events, booing so badly, it forced, for one of the few times in history, it forced WWE to actually change course on a scripted plan. It forced them to change course. It got that out of hand. And so now we are going to get Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania. And don't get this wrong. I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan. Big time. But this complaining, you literally took away what would have been one of the greatest matches in WWE history. And now we may not get it. They turned The Rock heel. They're booing him. It's a mess. I hate it because I want to like everybody. And thanks to the Twitter, X, and vocal crybabies, they've literally stolen what would have been one of the greatest matches we've ever seen in WWE. And now maybe we'll get it like next year when they're both like 100 years old and we don't remember who's celebrating what birthday because they'll both be old men in a match that really doesn't deserve main event picture. But here we are. Had to get that off my chest this week.
You know what the least constructive form of feedback is? Boo.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Well said. Yeah.
I'm a big, like, we're working through this right now with the kiddos. Okay. When the girls get upset, hey, you know, I see you're upset. Can you use your words to explain how you feel? Not just like throwing tantrums and making noises. Like, use your words. Hey, people. Okay. How do you feel about what's going on with WWE? Well, apparently we just revert back to the same thing we did as toddlers and just boo. Well, okay, but why don't you like it? Boo. Okay. You know what? If you can't use your words and I'm WWE, I'm not changing shit. I don't care. That makes me mad. I don't follow it at all, but that makes me really mad that they adjusted to the boos. I don't like that.
Booze and social media are the dumbest. Like, it's so dumb to change course off of those things. But Dan, I think this has more to do with The Rock is now on the board in the WWE.
Yeah.
And they just signed this massive deal with Netflix. This has more to do with that. than anything else. Because I think they may have been like, we got to do this. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait, we can wait and do this. But Netflix is like, okay, we'll up some money if we do this next year when our shit starts with the WWE. And, I feel like that might have something to do with it.
It'll still be grand. It'll still be great. You're right, because it was ironic. All of a sudden, the Rock gets voted onto the board. Vince McMahon is gone, and he's like, "I want to do this, and I want to do this at WrestleMania." So they're like, "All right, we're doing it." So then everybody turns on it, the booze and the social media, and he goes back and he goes, "Here's what we're doing instead. I'm going to be a bad guy, and we're going to do this some other time, maybe next year at WrestleMania." So I hope we still get it at some point. But there's been very few times in the history of the WWE where they've been forced to change course because of fan action. It's usually worked out for the better. It's usually been a good thing. They're usually correcting something that they did wrong. This, nah. Now, yeah, WWE didn't book it correctly. They should have done things differently, but man, oh man, what could have been, what hopefully will be one day still.
I feel you, Dan. I feel you.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to work out for you. I really do.
No, thank you.
It's going to work out for you. All right. I got to get this off my chest because I'm finding out that to all the parents out there, a lot of parents out there, this is a problem. This is something I have not had a problem with, probably because I live with a babysitter, somebody who babysat from the time that she was like, I don't know, 10. So talking to other parents, things like that, they're like, yo, how'd you guys do this? How'd you guys do that? I'm like, oh, we have a babysitter. I'm like, you have a babysitter? I'm like, yeah, we have 3 of them. Okay. They're like, you have 3 of them? We're barely finding 1. So listen, here's some dad advice. Here's some parent advice for all you parents out there. Yo, there's no shortage of people out there trying to babysit. Okay. All right. And here's another thing. Your kids are fine. Like, all you got to do is just let that person watch your kids. You trust them, they're fine. And here's how you get them. Okay, if your kids do activities, all right, guaranteed that person who's teaching your kid how to dance, how to play soccer, guaranteed they babysit. If you work at a place where there are younger people working there, I guarantee you they babysit. And also just ask some other people around your church, ask your mother if she knows any young people, guaranteed that they babysit. Finding a babysitter is not that hard. So I need all my parents out there to get their lives back and find babysitters because it's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard. And all you got to do, it's right under your nose. There's babysitters right here. They're all right here, guys. They're right here. And you're just looking over them. You're just looking over them, guys. It's real easy. Just find your babysitters. I need everybody to just do that in 2024. Find a babysitter.
Yeah, maybe just roll up to a local fish fry on a Friday and be like, hey, who babysits here? Dude, I know we don't go here, but
I don't want any
we love
fish.
We don't go here. We love the fish though, but we'd like to, yeah. So what do you got back in the babysitter department? We'd like to come back frequently.
Dude, wear it on your chest. Just walk in. Just honestly, just do your Saturday errands. Dude, Chris, you go to Costco, walk around Costco, just say, need a babysitter with your phone number. That's it.
Just a QR code that takes them to my address. Yeah, this is good advice. We've never had a babysitter that's not our parents. We probably need one. We definitely need lives. So,
There you go. There it is.
We'll see if it happens.
You got a lot of options, apparently. Yeah.
It's right under your nose. And honestly, I was kind of annoyed with Siobhan because Siobhan was like, oh, yeah, so I gave him Madison's number. I'm like, whoa. I don't know these people that well. Don't just give them my babysitter. I don't want to call. I don't want get your own babysitter. I want, I want to help people that I know very well, but I'm not trying to help everybody.
Yeah. What happens if then so many referrals and then they drop you and you're like, well, I made you. I created you.
Thank you. Yeah. You were just sitting behind the desk at dance, and I gave you life.
Sorry, I'm booked for months out now. You're gonna have to call my secretary and see if we can get you on the schedule for 6 months from now. Excuse me?
Yeah, man.
All of a sudden she ups her prices and shit, and you're just like, whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
Careful.
You know me.
Careful. Yeah.
So, yeah. Any parents out there, find babysitters. Promise. They're not trying to kill your kids. They're just not. It's that simple. So, it's not that simple. All right. Well, let's get into what we are drinking. And boys, two things for me. I went out to eat on Friday for my birthday, went to Fogo de Chao, which I like to call meat Christmas.
Fogo de Chao. We ran down to Fogo de Chao for Didi's birthday.
You got that sliced meats down Fogo de Chaz. Hey, opened a new Fogo de Chaz down Vandergrift. You gotta check out.
Hey, tell us what
Marcy,
you got
the
there.
host, the hostess there, Marcy, she babysits our kids in a weekend too. Works out. Got a real good work-life balance. Oh man, we derailed that for you.
God, I was just trying to be real quick.
Yeah,
I had a blood orange Manhattan that was like delicious. That was amazing. It was incredible. Blood orange Manhattan. It was great.
Okay.
But the alcohol I want to talk about, more Pittsburgh liquor, Wiggle City of Champions bourbon, which is a solid thing to break out on a day where they're retiring Yonkers jersey. So yeah, and this is very delicious straight whiskey. Definitely I like it neat, really good. But check it out if you're near Wiggle, or go buy this bad boy. It's pretty cool.
There you go.
Cool art with the bridges and all that stuff. So City of Champions bourbon. Side note, did you know that Shaq's jersey just got retired in Orlando?
Yeah, just happened this week.
Sports people are stupid. Like, Yonkers jersey just getting retired the same week as Shaq's in Orlando. I'm just listen,
it doesn't add up.
I don't know what's going on. But anyways, continue. Chris, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking coffee, boys. I don't have a brew today. Apologies. But this is a full throttle cup of coffee. Charlie's
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice mug.
Yeah. The coffee's not from St. Louis, but the mug was purchased from the airport in St. Louis. That's all.
All right. Well, good thing. Okay. Well, Didi, you had two. You had a two first. So that makes up for a little bit of that.
Oh yeah. Well, but I own that bourbon and it's very good. So
hey.
there
you go.
Nice.
There you go. Very nice. I had a beer this past weekend as well from Log Yard Brewing. They're in Kane, Pennsylvania, and if you want to know where that is, I can't tell you. I don't really know. Pennsylvania is a big state. Okay. But Log Yard Brewing, it's their Gentleman's Agreement IPA. It's an American IPA. And it was really interestingly balanced because it was piney. You kind of get a little bit of citrus. And there's just almost like a little bit of biscuity roastiness at the end too. Almost like that little touch of sweet. It was just very, very, and when I say complex, I mean it in a very complimentary and good way. Because of the mash they used, different hops they used, 4 different types of hops, but really, really well balanced and just a kind of a unique tasting IPA. It was really good. The Gentleman's Agreement from Log Yard Brewing. She's a winner. She's a winner. Delightful little beer.
What episode number is this?
180, I believe. 179 or 180.
In the history of Brews Day, that's the first time you ever dropped biscuity roastedness.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. All those years later, finally.
That sounds good.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you know what I am trying to find? I'm just trying to find like something, because like when someone says like a city in PA and you're just like, oh yeah, like I don't really know where this is. Oh, okay, so that's like not far from here.
It's near,
dude.
Yeah.
Kane is not near anything.
Okay, so there you go. So I wasn't speculating. I was
got a lot of time to focus on their beer. That's good.
Yeah. No
I'm
distractions.
Because it's just a quick little look at like the old Google map, because it's 2.5 hours away from Pittsburgh. So that's not, I'm not gonna say that's near Pittsburgh. Like It's like 2 hours, it's 2.5 hours away from Buffalo. It's literally just like smack dab like in Pennsylvania, just like
Appalachia.
Oh boy.
Yeah. it's basically in the Allegheny National Forest. Like it's very close. That's basically what
They're
it
like,
is.
we were here first. We were here first. We're not leaving.
That's what their
Build
tagline
the
should
national
be.
park around us.
Their tagline for their beer should be like brewed in the forest or something. They should.
Yeah, well, log yard. I guess is that where it comes from?
Well, that's true. Yeah,
We're learning things here.
Well, I feel like because usually there's just these check marks in Pennsylvania where it's like, oh, it's near Pittsburgh. Oh, it's near State College.
Yep.
Oh, it's near Philadelphia. This is just near the forest. So
just out there. They're just out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just there. So shouts to the people of Kane listening to the Brunch Breakdown. If you guys have cell service out there or internet, I have no idea. So shouts
They'll get
to
this
y'all.
episode in 3 years when the internet catches up.
Oh man. All right, let's get into the main menu, boys. 3 words. I found this meme. I saw this meme, thought it was cool, thought it would be great for the pod. 3 words to say to your 18-year-old self. Christopher, would you like to get us started? What are 3 words you would say to your 18-year-old self?
I would love to go first because I came up with the 3 words instantly. Instantly. The 3 words are break up now.
Okay.
That's it, man. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna go next because same thing. End the relationship.
Yeah, that sounds that rings true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Mine's on a similar path. It speaks a little more broad in terms of the outlook on life, but it was certainly targeted in that very direction at this point in my life. Don't ever settle. Okay.
We clearly
Poignant.
graduated high school in similar positions, boys.
Yes. Don't ever settle.
Oh.
Daniel, young 18-year-old Daniel, put the spork away. Get over it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Sporks do matter or sporks don't matter. I don't know. At that age, I don't know what, you need to hear. Maybe that would have been the start of the movement if we were ahead of the game there. But yeah. Important words to the wise.
Yeah. If you're listening to this podcast and you're in high school, you're welcome for all the knowledge that we've dropped on you over the years. You don't need to take a relationship with you to college. You just don't need to do it. There's no reason. It's not, and you won't be in that relationship after college. So just end it now.
Yeah. And here's the thing about that too. It's like, cause I'm actually friends with my girlfriend from high school, but like the thing is we had no business. We shake hands at graduation, dap up, call it quits. Because here's what happens in college. Because it's not her fault and it's not my fault. It's everybody else's fault in college. Because all of a sudden you go to college and you see things and people that you haven't seen before. All different shapes, all different colors, all different personalities, and all of that. You get wrapped up in it, and things happen. Things happen that maybe you regret. Things happen, and everything goes into shambles. But if you went in there single, like everybody in college should, just wipe it clean. You don't have to worry about that. So that is the reason why all of us all had the same thing. So
all of a sudden your access level, your granted access level improves, and all of a sudden you have access to this abundance of people and types of people that you've never had before outside of your high school bubble. And here we are, and it's like, oh man, boy, should have come in here a little different.
Yeah. And nobody knows the kid that you were in high school.
When do you think I started going by Daniel? Freshman year of college.
There you go.
My roommate started going by CJ. He did the exact same thing. And yeah, it's just, it's different, man. Everything's different. It's a clean slate. You start fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important words to live by. Did you guys have any, I mean, they're both strong on that. If you had a second chance or a second set of words, was there anything else you were considering to advise yourself on?
I had this is very niche because I went to Fairmont State for a year. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. So Fairmont Ain't It was the other one. And and the other one was go study abroad, which I've said on the podcast millions of times, but that's the other one. It's like those are mine.
Yeah, that's good. I've considered advising myself on the study abroad thing, for sure. One of the other ones that came to mind for me was drink more water. It's something I really didn't do at all. Eventually, I had a couple of episodes with kidney stones because I wasn't drinking water. Yeah, drink less brisk. That would be it. Yeah, more water. That's an important one. And then maybe I would say, to say this succinctly, first job matters. You're told throughout college, you have to pick a major, whatever. Some people say, oh, it doesn't really matter what you end up doing. That sets you up for your first job. And that first job sets you up for basically the rest of your life. I know it's not that way for everybody, but your first job becomes the first real thing on your resume that isn't an internship or I worked at the grocery store in high school. Like, your first job sets you up for the rest of your life. So that first one isn't just first job, whatever. I got into an industry that I am no longer in. And it took me some weebling and wobbling to get where I am now. But it mattered because it took me on this very interesting path. So carefully consider that first job, I'd say.
Yeah. Sage advice.
Yeah.
The other one I had was consistency is key. And I think that's largely because of just like I along the way, between high school and like 30, high school and mid 20s, had like so many things I wanted to do or like said I was going to do and like kind of started, but then fell off, got bored, got distracted. And then when you realize that, like, if you're passionate about something or if you want to accomplish something and like you just do the little things each day to go there, it's not gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna get there in 24 hours, but like it actually works. So
yeah.
that was the other one that came to mind for me.
Nice. So take all that advice in, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Take all that advice in. Tell that to just take this advice and tell that to your 18-year-old in your life. Tell them right away.
Break up.
Right away.
Break up. Be consistent. And pick the right job.
Yeah. Study abroad.
Yeah. Pick the right job in Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe.
In Europe.
And don't forget water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to keep
Bring
drinking
water with you, please.
Bring water with you.
Bring water with you. All right. I want to do Restaurant Under the Steps. Chris, talk about it.
Yes, I want to do it too, Didi. So let's go. Bro, like, I don't understand how I found this. It just popped up on my Twitter feed. This nook, sharing it now.
Oh,
This is a real nook underneath somebody's stairs. And the person was like, what should I put in this nook? And then people started doing all these Photoshops of like funny things that the person could put in there. And this one that we're looking at is a booth. It's a booth from Chili's. Okay. And like, when I saw the booth from Chili's, I was like, wait a second. We have the same unused space in our unfinished basement at my house. And we could totally turn that into something. And I absolutely love this idea of like fashioning it after your favorite restaurant or like some type of place where you would sit down to have food or have a drink. So boys, if you had this little Harry Potter nook underneath your stairs, if you will, what are you turning it into? And basically I'm asking because I'm going to do this and I need ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is amazing. And you're right.
Yeah,
So many
really
people
is.
probably have this and don't realize that, yeah, it's for the most part useless space. but you can certainly turn it into. This is a genius idea. First one that came to mind for me is let's go Pizza Hut. Okay. I want the red upholstery booth. I want the stained glass light fixture hanging over the table, like the old school Pizza Hut, the stained glass on there that says Pizza Hut around it. The table's just got the red plastic cups there for consumption. Let's go Pizza Hut. That's one that came to my mind right away.
I had Pizza Hut too. And I was thinking about just the thing about Pizza Hut is just like all of that stuff is like such a moment in time. The jukebox, like all of that stuff in Pizza Hut was so cool. And that would be so cool to make like even hell, your whole basement to be Pizza Hut, but especially this little nook right here. But what I thought of was I thought of Applebee's, okay? And there's a reason why. I thought of Applebee's. And I thought of that because Applebee's, family restaurant, kids will be like, oh man, we have Applebee's in our house. That's so cool. We go to Applebee's. But then at nighttime, stripper poles come down and it becomes Dee Dee's Boom Boom Room. Lights change, all of that. And we've got a whole different situation going on. Table goes into the wall. Table goes up into the wall. Stripper poles come down. It's Dee Dee's Boom Boom Room. And just make sure you flip it over by the time the kids wake up in the morning. But yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of things you can do in that space, my friends.
Wow.
So Dee Dee chose something somewhere in between Applebee's and Club Erotica. Is
yeah. I'm like, how does Applebee's get caught up all in this dirty fantasy of yours? Like, why?
Yeah, is this a common dream you have, Dee Dee?
Yeah, Applebee's turns into a Murphy bed, and you're just like, whoop, right back up.
Sorry, Applebee's.
Yeah,
it's
like
it's the difference
maybe it
between
should
the
be
two.
like maybe it should be like Outback, where don't they have like Boom Boom Shrimp, and it's like Boom Boom Shrimp during the day, and then it's like Boom Boom Room, Daddy's Boom Boom Room at night. Like that's where there should be some similarities there, right?
Oh man,
I'll take that into consideration because you couldn't just be like Hooters in there. I got children. You can't do that. You know?
Right. Oh man, that's unbelievable.
I love that you're putting a stripper pole in and you're worried about the name of the restaurant with your kids.
Yeah. Oh my God, Applebee's.
But it goes up into the ceiling. They won't know it's there. They don't know that's there.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
So I was originally, and this is the route I went. I was thinking about like restaurants that no longer exist that I want to memorialize. And so I thought about like Chi-Chi's, R.I.P.
Celebration
Thought
food.
about, I thought about Peter's Pub in Oakland, no longer exists.
Yeah.
But what I landed on is when we finish our basement, it is going to be like a sports game watch themed type of basement. That's always what we've talked about. And like we want to have multiple TVs down there so you can watch like the Badger game and the Pitt game at the same time, you know? So we kind of have a vision for it already in that regard. And so I thought, do you guys remember the restaurant chain in Pittsburgh called Damon's?
Damon's, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Had it on my list.
Where they had the you know, they had the different TVs on the screen, and then at your table there was a little speaker thing to select what TV, and then there was like the console there to play games because one of the TVs had like a game thing. That's what I landed on, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, because then my mind went to going like, okay, like Sundays could be like that. Our house could be the spot to like watch the NFL games, and then like, you know, you bring your kids over, the kids could play like the games or whatever, but then you also have like the, you know, like the sports bar type of theme. So that's what I landed on, which I guess now, like if you're listening and you're not familiar with Damon's is, it's like what B-Dubs is now, but it was like not as like B-Dubs is blown out to epic proportions. This place had like 6 screens and you listen to the game at your table. Like it was, I don't know, a 90s version of B-Dubs.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was at Dave and Buster's probably like, I don't know, last year at some point. And I thought about like Damon's And there's this place in Wheeling, West Virginia called TJ's that was basically the same thing. And I just remember the screens being, it was just something you just didn't see all the time. Now it's like anybody that claims itself a sports bar, they all do that. And I feel like Dave and Buster's looks like that now. Has the thing at the table where you can switch the sound of the games and all that stuff too. So yeah, that would be cool.
I love that one. Yeah, well, that's great.
In a decade, you boys are welcome to come over to Damon's.
How is your renovation going? You posted that thing of you guys ripping down your wasted space, and I've seen nothing since.
Yeah, well, I mean, so when we bought the house, there was a like shed underneath the deck. The stupidest thing is the people that had the house before us just put a box over top of like a finished patio. And I've always hated it. And so finally just like tore it all apart. So now, right now, it's a place for the kids to play. But it is part of like the 10-year plan. But we're not probably doing anything with it for a few years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, if you find any, artificial palm tree decor or anything like that, I think I'd like to go maybe Rainforest Cafe over my Nook as well. Get a little fake gorilla up in there. Get a little light show every once in a while. Go that Rainforest Cafe. That's a nice little nook.
Hear me out. Hear me out though.
Okay.
If we take a Rainforest Cafe and we meld it with Dee Dee's stripper pole type of example, what if we just make the Tiki Lounge in your house?
Ooh.
Done.
That's it.
Done.
That's it. Done. And
then you could have like Scotro as your house DJ, and then
yes. I love it.
Done.
Tiki Lounge it is. We've settled.
You know those Taco Bell commercials where like they live in like an NFL player's house where it's like they're just like in there and they're like complaining about stuff or whatever, and I just imagine like Scotro just like lives in like Dan's house, and then like Dan wakes up, Scottro's like, all right, and just starts playing music.
Our wake up jams. Come on, hit the playlist. Let's go.
Oh man. Okay, so let's do the Taco Bell menu. All right, let's get into what Taco Bell's got coming for us in 2024, because this is
serious.
I mean, Taco Bell doing it big for 2024. All right, let's go into some of these things. We've got the Baja Blast Gelato, boys.
Just stop the press right there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is it's gelato. First of all, gelato. One of the best desserts on the face of the planet. Use a spork if you'd like. Baja Blast Gelato. Are you serious? I will be in line. This sounds amazing.
The Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. There's a Cheez-It in your Crunch Wrap. If you were eating a Crunch Wrap and you're like, you know what can make this better? Some Cheez-Its. This is you. This is for you.
Boys, Cheez-It is my snack of choice. And so I'm all over this one.
It's great. Listen, they've had a lot of success with Doritos, right?
True.
A lot of Dorito-based menu items. But there is nothing quite like the Cheez-It. And you're getting that extra cheesy flavor right in the middle of this bad boy. Let's go. This is genius.
Yep. Love it. Chicken nuggets.
We have to talk about this.
No. No, Taco Bell.
Is this you're against this?
I'm against it.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Stay in your lane, right? Like,
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary. I don't know why. Why? You don't need this. You don't need this. Do what you do. Do it well. Avoid this. This is low level amateur hour stuff here. We're better than this Taco Bell.
No one has
nuggets.
No one has ever gone through the drive-through and said like, yeah, but I just wish they had chicken nuggets.
Right.
It's just stupid. Get out of here with that.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna keep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is what I'm most excited about. The churro chillers, guys.
Ooh,
I don't think I understand this.
It's dude, it looks like a milkshake that's gonna taste like a churro, and it's gonna have 3 different flavors, and I'm excited about it. I don't know much about it. All I know is that if it's a milkshake that tastes like a churro, just give it to me.
Yeah,
Give
either
it
a
to me.
milkshake or like a McFlurry like
Yeah.
dessert. I'm sure they like cinnamon and sugar are the basis behind all of them. I'm sure there's just like additional flavors on top of all of that. Very, very, very intrigued here. This as well. Give me this in the gelato, and I'll be a happy boy. Leave your nuggets at home.
Grab one of these, swing over to Subway, get a foot-long churro. You're ready to go.
Ooh, there it is. There you
Ooh.
go.
Okay.
I like that.
Just give you one thing about the churro chiller because I should have probably looked this up before. It
Okay.
is 2 things. The churro chiller is a coffee drink. That's one way you can do this, as an iced coffee, and the other way is a milkshake. So it's a sweet churro milkshake with a couple flavors. But yeah, so they have the coffee chiller, and then they have the churro chillers. But yeah, they're the same. So there you go. Need a little caffeine? Yeah.
They do it all.
Probably a stomach ache? Knock that out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can't help but look at this comment to the right that says, "Glad I read this on the toilet. The pictures went right through me." Like that's
all right. Cheesy Street Chalupa.
This is one of those ones where it's like the way it looks right now is the best it's ever going to look.
Exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. This looks, it sounds great. No way in hell this will ever look or taste as good as it does right here in this photo. It's a shame. It's a great concept, but when you order this at 12:30 at night, roll through the drive-through, that bad boy is going to be greased up, sloppy. Cheese is going to be everywhere. It's just going to be a mashy mess.
Yeah, this is something that if you get this inside Taco Bell or you live really close to a Taco Bell, it works. But if you gotta like do a little solid commute, or like someone gets the food and then like you come home like way later and then you go to eat it, it's not gonna be right. Like this is like, the only way this is gonna be good is if you eat this like right away. Like right
you can't
away.
You can't Uber Eats or DoorDash this order. It won't. It'll be dead by the time it gets.
Yeah, it's an in-restaurant dining option because the minute they wrap it up in the thing,
it's over.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Dulce de leche. Cinnabon delights.
Cinnabon's getting in everything these days. Holy shit.
Everything.
Yeah. I love it. Everything. I'm here for it. And these look really good. Let's go.
They're in like every coffee creamer now. Like, everyone's got like the Cinnabon version of whatever. Yeah, no, I'm sure this is great. Like, I love anything that resembles a donut hole with things. I love donut holes. So that's what that looks like to me.
Let's go.
Cheesy chicken. What? Crispinata.
Yeah.
Crispinata.
Chris, it sounds like a relative or something. Like, it's my cousin Chris. Crispinata.
Yeah.
Chris is short for Crispinata.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in. There's nothing wrong with this. This is what I want at Taco Bell. This is it. Give it to me.
As long as this is fried properly, we're going to be in great shape for this one. Yeah. This looks good.
Yeah, it's another one I could see being kind of soggy if you give it too long, but like the crispy, the chicken, the cheese, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
And then are they redoing their sauce, or is it the same sauce?
I think they're adding a sauce or something, aren't they?
Diablo.
Oh, Diablo sauce.
Avocado verde.
Salsa packet, now, but Diablo, I think that's a new one, right?
So okay. So Diablo and salsa verde. All right.
Hold on a second. For all of the brunch courts that we've done, why are we not getting invited to the Taco Bell press conferences?
I was going to say, this looks like an Apple event.
No, it was. That's what was so ridiculous about it. And because it was like that, because that's where I saw the thing, because it was like from a tweet and someone was like, Taco Bell unveiled their menu like Apple does. And I was like, what? And then I was like, searching around and I found all the stuff they did. But yeah, it was like an Apple event. Big deal. We need to be there. We need
to get invited to these things. You know, if we got to get a booth at Flavor Town.
Yep.
You know, Columbus, first weekend of June, and we got to start we'll get on planes, trains, automobiles, whatever it takes. We need to be there. We need to be there.
Yes, we do. Well, boys, I think we're gonna have to push the Daily Show topic again.
We'll do that. That's all right.
We're gonna push it back again. Throw it in the leftovers. We'll get to it. So now let's get into music. What are we listening to, boys? Dan, what do you got?
Dua Lipa. It's the year of Dua Lipa, ladies and gentlemen, again, and I'm here for it. Training Season, the new single, is fantastic. Houdini was good, but Training Season is great. I am here for it. More Dua Lipa all year long. Let's go. Training Season's over, baby. I love it.
Chris, what you got?
Speaking of training season, I have a training partner now during the week. Our friend Steve, who lives down the road from me, he's training over here once a week, and I'm letting him control the playlist. So I asked him to submit 3 songs. These are probably, I don't know, these probably won't surprise you, but these are going on our playlist. Number 1,
he's just doing your homework for you at this point. I mean,
I'm already laughing because I have a feeling I know what's going to be on here, but just go.
Oh boy. Go. Okay.
Well, I expected like a lot of Akon and Lil Wayne, but there's none of that. So I didn't,
Wow.
I don't know if maybe he knows his reputation and he's trying to, skirt.
All right. Maybe I'm shocked. Okay. Maybe I'll be shocked.
Surprise us, Steve.
Is this a Jack Harlow song, Lovin' on Me?
Oh yeah. It's the biggest song it's the biggest song of the year so far.
Oh well. Yeah. Now I've heard of it. So thanks, Steve. That's his first one.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm shocked because literally I was like, that's 2 P's and a 2003 pod is you two listening to music. Gotta say, a little shocked.
I thought it was going to be, was that Lovers and Friends Festival or whatever it's called?
100%. That is what I thought was coming. I thought it was going to be like 50 Cent in the club.
Yeah.
So icy.
Like Lovers and Friends Festival, basically. Yeah. Lovers and Friends. Like, that's just it. Run it down.
Oh, man. Speaking of Lovers and Friends Festival, Usher's going to be there. And Usher's going to be on the playlist probably for the rest of the year, just to let you guys know. Anyways, on his new album, there's this song called On the Side, and it is the most beautiful song about loving 2 girls at the same time. It's an amazing song. I love this song so much. Produced by Jermaine Dupri. Shouts to Jermaine Dupri in his outfit at the Super Bowl. But yeah, On the Side, Usher, it's on his new album that is just really freaking good. So yeah, check it out.
Probably another, if you had to give your 18-year-old self one song to listen to, maybe that's a good one.
On the Side. Oh God.
Okay, next one up for me. Paris teamed up with Tommy Genesis and Alice Longue, and they released a song called "Burn the Witch." Now, before you judge it, you're probably judging it correctly. It's heavy. It bangs. There's rock alternative, maybe even some metal in there, a little bit of screaming, but like singing, screaming. Okay, so just be prepared. Burn the Witch. Very good. Paris will always make the playlist. Just be ready. Just be ready.
Nice. Christopher.
Chris, what does Steve have for us?
It's me.
What Steve got for us?
Okay. Steve's number 2 pick is, I believe this is a Mac Miller song, Under the Weather.
Okay. All right.
Shout out to Steve.
He knows your conditions. He understands that you're often under the weather.
Well, now that he's coming into this household, he's gonna be under the weather too. So
maybe you should turn your Nook into like a little Med Express or something like that, like a minute clinic.
Just like a little IV drip in there. Just
right. The doctor is in.
Yeah, it's CVS in yours. That's right. What it is. Oh my God. Guys, I promise I don't have relationship issues. But this next one, Breland, Heartbreak and Alcohol, which is a country cover of Drake and Lil Wayne song. So make sure you check this out. It's really great. Heartbreak and Alcohol. It's great. It's just great. Shouts to Breland. He's having a very big year, and shouts to him.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, last one for me is from a band called The Strike. I discovered them earlier this year, you might have remembered I put a song on the playlist probably about a month or two ago. I guess it couldn't have been 2 months because we're not quite 2 months into the year yet. About a month ago. And that got me hooked on this band right away. I loved it. I put it on the playlist. They released a new song this week called Heroes of the Heart. Really great, like catchy keyboard melody, and kind of added some synth into the chorus. I'm really, really digging this band and anything that they released. So I'll put their newest one on the playlist this week, Heroes of the Heart.
Nice. Steve's last pick is Till I Collapse from Eminem.
Okay, now we're back. Now we're back. Now we're back. 2004. Let's go. We're back.
There he is.
We're back. We're back. Till I Collapse. All right. That was like something's going on here. This is wrong. Now we're back.
Yeah.
Now we're back. All right. I knew we'd get there eventually.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna have. So we got a Beyonce album coming out. We got a Taylor Swift album coming out. They're both going to be up for Grammys Album of the Year next year. It's going to happen. There's going to be all this controversy. And the person who's going to win Album of the Year is Brittany Howard, formerly of Alabama Shakes. She just put out a new album called What Now? And it's incredible. And I'm telling you right now, like, clip this off, save it. I'm telling you, next February, it will be what? Neither of them won Album of the Year? It's going to be Brittany Howard. What Now? What Now is the song that I'm putting on there. The album is great. And I just love Brittany Howard, and this is the one that's going to win. So, just telling you right now. But What Now is a great song and great album. Okay. So that's what we're listening to, guys.
I love it.
Make sure you check out the playlist and the podcast on Spotify. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Boys, another great episode. What are your final thoughts on today's brunch breakdown?
My final thoughts are just the lessons that we learned. Break up, get yourself to Taco Bell, get yourself a churro shake, go home, sit in your basement nook, and let that stripper pole come down.
And don't forget, anything at Taco Bell can be consumed with this pork.
And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.